check. There we are. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
aiming towards the Bay Area. This is Kilowatt 6 to Whiskey India Sierra near Placerville, aiming towards the Bay Area.
K6MYC, K6MYC, K6USY on 220. K6MYC, K6MYC, K6USY on 220.
Yeah, we hear you, Aaron. I didn't realize I wasn't watching the clock real close. I'm sorry. Little late here. K6USY. I take it you have internet back today?
Yes, Mike. Yeah, everything's back up and running, and K6USY 1079 in Bozo 1100, and I will put you back up in the Bay Area so you can start calling the net. K6USY taking you back to 279.
Pretty close there. I wonder if our friends in Santa Cruz are hearing us there. How about it, Tom? KW6S. KW6S, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here. Just got over from my other net.
You're early and I'm late. I just got in here myself. I had everything running, but I wasn't watching the clock. We were eating dinner, and we got talking about a few things that we need to collect yet for income tax and stuff. Anyway, exciting talk, you know. That's exciting stuff. Where's the receipt for, where's that 1099? Where's that receipt for the RMD that you received? Okay, I don't know where it is. I can't see it anymore. I have to rely on Judy to file it. And then we have to define it so she knows where she put it. Anyway, we're working on it. It's a nice day over here. We hit just a little over 80, so beautiful. Very nice and warm, and we went out to my dwarf lemon. I have a dwarf lemon tree. It's about 15 feet to 20 feet high, and it's probably got 800, 900 lemons on it, something like that. So they were all breaking the branches down. There's so many lemons on this thing. So I was out there pruning and cutting the ones that were drooping off and picking them and making bags full Matt's going to take some bags of lemons into the guys at the plant, but we're going to be making lemonade tomorrow. Boy, I'll be cutting lemons and squeezing for quite a few hours here, I think, tomorrow. I got around 3/4 of the tree, and there's still about 1/4 of the tree that's hanging. The branches are so heavy with lemons are hanging down on the ground. We had a bumper crop this year. Boy, oh boy, did it take off. I didn't even notice it because I can't see it much anymore, but I got walking around it, and you couldn't get under it, you couldn't get around it. Everything's just lemons from top to bottom. K6USY and KW6S. Over to you, Tom. K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610. Yeah, I think we may have beat you. I think we were about 84, 85 here today. And it started pretty early in the morning. I went out and, boy, it was warm. And did some stuff around the yard and worked a little on the bench and just kind of enjoyed the nice weather, which I think ends Wednesday for us. And we'll have to wait and see. But it sure does remind us how much nicer it is in the summertime when it's nice and warm and clear. Yeah, K6MYC, KW6S.
You would get an argument from my friend. I have a friend that used to live up across the street from me when I lived in Friant. And this guy was, he was K6VMH originally. Mark heckin' lively. I don't know what the V stand for, maybe Victor Mark. But anyway, he went to Monterey for a few years and eventually moved up last 10 years or so, or 8 or 9 years he's been up in Montana. And his philosophy is, well, you could keep that hot weather. If it's over 50 or 55 or 60 degrees, it's too warm for me. My philosophy is you can always put more clothes on, but you can only take so many clothes off before they arrest you. Or?
Yeah, and I don't know that really helps enough either. But yeah, I know everybody's got kind of different temperatures. I know when I was living here, I thought it was pretty good, and my dad would come over from Fresno and break out his sweater and jacket all the time because it was just too cold over here. And it is on the coolish side, but I kind of like it that way. So we'll just roll with it. Got down to the beach last week and walked on the beach, and it was pretty nice down there too. So kind of reminds me why I live here. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, Matt was over on his section of the coast down there by San Luis Obispo in Pomo, and it was bright and sunny for him. He came back with a beautiful tan. He's got that skin from Portuguese skin, so he tans real easy. So Judy was saying, what a beautiful tan you got over the weekend. He says, well, I was out in the sun for 2 days working my butt off, and I think he's working on a house, helping them put rafters up and other things. They're getting the rafters up, just about ready to complete the roof structure. And then I don't know whether they've got boards on the roof or not, but the rafters are up. Anyway, he worked hard and worked all weekend, I guess, on it. So, let's see, is there anybody else on frequency who would like to check in here on 222 K6MYC? Awful quiet here tonight. Where's Rob? Is he around?
Oh, this is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Ah, K6 Whiskey India Sugar. I hear you, Paul. I have to get the antenna a little bit more into the Bay Area. Let me sign with you, Tom, and we'll see you in a few minutes on 6 meters there. Probably about 8:30 or so, based on how fast we're moving here tonight. KW6S73, K6MYC.
226 is here.
Who is it?
226.
226, okay. Well, swing her up to the Bay Area there, Ken, and we'll get the backscatter signal from K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Let me move the antenna now.
I wanted to say hi to Tom real quick.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I wanted to say hi to Tom real quick.
WA6OIB, KW6S. Good evening there, Ken.
Well, good evening, Tom. Boy, yeah, you're that's 9 plus. way good signal tonight.
Yeah, you're here in the clear too. I don't know where you were pointed before, but I heard you pretty strong wherever you were pointed or whatever power you were running before.
Well, I was moving the antenna. I was just down south talking to Ralph. Got Ralph down south, K6TSK, so you can put him down, Mike. Anyway, wanted to say hi to you, and things are still rolling for the 24th. We're doing good.
Very good. I plan on being there, and I've got a friend who's going to come with me. He says unless he brings some nasty disease back from Dayton.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be at Dayton too, so I hope he doesn't, I don't know. You're not going, huh?
I haven't decided yet, but it was on my to-do list.
Well, yeah, put it in ink so you can't erase it. That would be great. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about about that some more. 7-3s, and thank you, Mike. WA60IB.
Yeah, Roger, no problem. Let me see if I can tell. I think I'm up far enough to hear you, Paul. Give me some chatter and I'll peek on your signal. K6 Whiskey, India Sugar, K6 MYC, over.
Yeah, K6MYC from K6WIS. I don't think you need to peak at all. You went from an S7 to an S9. This is one of the best signals I've seen you on the bounce pass off the Bay Area there, Mike. Pretty damn good. And I heard KD6SOK there in the background, so good evening to Fred there in Cupertino. And I have two check-ins as usual from Clear Lake. That would be KA6OSX and N1PPP. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, Roger, booming signal. Boy, it's like you're local here. What a path. Hopefully it's just good on 1296 tomorrow. Anyway, sounds good, Paul. Thank you. And booming, roaring signal here. And like I say, I don't know where I moved the antenna. I just moved it. It was at 278. And I probably went up to about 280. Well, I guess I'm up at 290 something here.
I'm copying him too.
Yeah, okay. Give him a call there, Ken.
Yeah, K6WIS. I hear you on the bounce, which is unusual. K6WIS, WA60IB, over.
Hey, good evening, Ken. WA60IB from K6WIS. Yes, conditions are really good tonight. Got you 5 by 3 on the bounce pass. That's pretty darn good. Normally on the bounce pass, I can hear you in there, and you're only about a Q3 and not even moving the S-meter. So conditions are really good tonight there, Ken. K6WIS here. Back to you.
Wow, yeah, very good. Yeah, I don't copy this well hardly ever on the bounce. I get you direct pretty good, so very good. Well, good evening to you there, and thank you for the report and all that. And you're about an S2, but it's plenty copyable. I've got no noise tonight, so anyway, thank you very much, Mike. It was good to be able to catch him on the bounce. WA60IB.
KM6SR.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. Are you hearing Paul? Well, you wouldn't hear him with the... Well, you might hear him the way the signals are tonight. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, like usual, I pointed there. I hear somebody very faintly, but I couldn't hear him. Yeah, I threw my call sign out earlier twice and didn't get any response. Then I realized that I was working in my shack here. I disconnected that feed line and I put it back together, so here I am.
What was the part?
The feed line was in the way of me moving the amps around.
Oh. Oh, you have a real massive amount of attenuation when you don't have the feed line at the junctions connected there. That's a 50 to 100 dB attenuation, I think, isn't it, Ken?
Pretty close to that. I'm glad the SWR protection circuits kicked in.
Yeah.
I heard you very loud, Mike.
Yeah, somebody else. Who said, hey, Ken?
Hi, Ken, it's Fred, K86SOK. You're 20 over 90 in the Bay Area. Incredibly strong signal tonight.
Oh, very good, Fred. 86SOK, WA60IB. Well, you're about an S8, so that's very good for you, too, over.
Oh, thank you. I'm not running as much power. I'm just running 70 watts or so. But you and Mike are really strong. You're stronger than Mike. It's amazing. Are you running 600 watts?
Yeah, a little less. I'm running like 5-something.
Wow, it's doing really, really well. I couldn't hear Paul at all. I know you were talking to him, but I couldn't hear him at all. But I hear you just perfectly clear. You're super strong.
Yeah, you're stronger than usual, too. Good conditions tonight on 220, I guess. Well, great. Thank you for that, Fred. I appreciate that report.
Oh, no problem, Ken. All right, Mike, back to you.
Yeah, I haven't peaked on you. I'm sure that there's more signal there because I'm clear up at 290. But the conditions are so good, I won't bother with it, Fred. I was going to say, be sure when you call in, you give me some chatter so I can peek on you, but no need for that. You're stronger tonight on 220 than you were last week on 432, over.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why. Maybe it was the rain. I was was affecting the antenna or something, or the propagation. And boy, it sure warmed up today. It got really warm. It got into the low 80s, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 87. So it really heated up. So it's excuse me. So it was a very nice day. Over.
Yeah, we had the same here. I think it was good everywhere. I haven't talked to anybody that's complaining. So everybody was in the 80s, and actually it was in the 80s over the weekend down on the coast. But it took a little bit more to get to 80 degrees over here. We got to 80-something today. I don't think it was much over 80, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I was underneath the shade of my big lemon tree, my dwarf lemon that's 15 feet high with 800 lemons on it. It turned out not to be a dwarf, actually. It's the biggest fruit tree I have in the yard. Crazy stuff. Okay, Fred, stick around, and maybe you can help me with anybody else that's in here. WA6AXX, WB6JNN, KB6BA, perhaps some others, and of course W6PQL, and I'm pretty sure KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie has got 222, but I'm not even sure. Anyway, who else do we have in the Bay Area? This is K6MYC Bozo Net standing by for check-ins.
W6PQL.
Oh boy, all by yourself there. W6PQL, well, let me peek on you because Fred's stronger than you are, so obviously I'm not pointed right for you. Over.
Okay, well, if you're off, you're not off by very much. Probably another 5 degrees north, or a little bit more maybe, but yeah, you're pretty weak here too. We have to use that reflection off of whatever's north in the North Bay, I guess. Probably something like Tamalpais or maybe one of the Oakland Hills peaks that's around there. Anyway, I guess you got all the news from the Bay Area about weather and so forth, so I can't add anything to that, except I'm thinking about throwing the air conditioner switch on. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay. Well, I was clear up at 300. You were up there, and I can't get a peek on you. It's kind of spread out all over the place here. Got 10 degrees where I'm not seeing anything, and then you just fall away and you're gone. So it's a really flat-nosed peak on your signals there. Anyway, good evening, Jim. And let me ask you a question. This came up, and it's sort of off the subject, but I'm curious. Talking to a friend today that just bought one of the older Ameritron, I guess it was called an 8136 or something. It has 6 LD MOS devices, I think, 6 in the final, and it's a 1200 watt amp. What the heck were those LD MOSes that they would have had 6 of them? I think they're LD MOSes, or at least they're MOSFETs. And they are 50 volt devices, but what was the rating on those? Do you have any recollection of those devices?
No, I never bothered with those things. You know, it's so much easier to have a single device that will do a kilowatt, but maybe at the time they were designing that thing, they weren't available yet.
Yeah, I would guess that that's what it was. They're either FETs, MOSFETs, or LD MOS. I'm not sure what they are.
MRF 150s.
I'm sorry, what was that?
MRF 150s. I've got an Ameritron amp here, 600 watt, and it has 4 MRF 150s, 150 watts each, 4 of them stacked together, so theoretically 600 watts, but usually only about 500 over.
Okay. MRF 150, is that a MOSFET?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, and does it have a 50 volt power supply with it?
Yes, it does. It has an external 50 volt DC power supply.
Okay, well then that's probably what they are. They're probably MRF 150s. Jim, you don't have any knowledge of those?
No, I've never used them.
Yeah, I hadn't either heard of them. I guess they must, well, there's 6, he's got 4 of them and is putting out 600 watts. They're probably 150 watt devices, maybe 175 watts or maybe they're even rated at 200 each, something like that. Is that about right, Paul?
No, they're 150 watts each. I think the 1200 has just got two RF decks. You know, I've got one on the 600, and they just doubled up and put another RF deck on there and call it 1200 watts. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. He was worried that it would fail, that something would fail in there, and I thought, well, maybe because they're maybe modular, maybe he could replace it with some an RF deck from you, Jim, W6PQL, a single or a pair of LD MOS would easily go in that and loaf along at 1200 out. I think the power supply is rated at something probably just barely able to keep up with the 1200 watts that it's capable of making. So probably a single, but maybe a single pallet would replace those two that are in there. Might be a interesting conversion for anybody that's ever had a problem with those. I haven't heard of anybody having a problem. Ken, have you ever fixed an MRF 150M?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're TMOS devices. They're good for 150 watts each, and they're 50-volt devices. Yes, I've got a few of them. As a matter of fact, I last order I got some extras.
Okay. Well, Mark, you probably know Mark. He used to be K6VMH, lived across the street from me in front. He wasn't real active, but now he's Alpha India 7 Delta, and he's a pretty good ham and a pretty good technician, antenna-wise and stuff. But he was a little uncomfortable. But he knows he needs power up there, because we're struggling with him on 40 meters. I'm not, but the guys without beams are not hearing him well from Montana in the mornings here. So he knows he had to get some power. So he just bought one of those used amps, and he was telling me about it today. But I wasn't familiar what the type of LD MOS or MOSFET it was. But if you've got them, it looks like they're still available, and his amp could be repaired. I'll give him a little comfort zone tomorrow when I talk to him and tell him that at least you have a couple of them, and they could probably be fixed by you or other people. Over.
Yeah, right. If I remember right, I got them on Amazon. They're readily available. You know, you don't know whether you're going to get them from China or whatever, but I've never had any problem with them. You know, the replacements. But yeah, that's well. Anyway, like I said, they're good to 150 watts, 150 megs.
Okay, very good.
Replacement for them.
Sorry, I doubled with you, Paul. Go again.
Yeah, I've replaced all the MRF 150s in my Ameritron ALS 600 amp with a BLS 177s. I found a more rugged version. It kept blowing up on 6 meters. It kept wiping out the MOSFET transistors. So I replaced all four of them with BLS 177, an extra rugged version. Over. Did you copy that, Mike and Ken?
Yeah, I'm trying to write it down. The paper, I must be writing on two pieces of paper. I start to write the BL, and the paper moves on me. BLF 177. I'll just write it down and mention it to Mark for a replacement.
Yeah, I've used those too. They're good for replacements, that's for sure. I think they're more readily available too.
Okay. You got any idea what you paid for them, Paul?
No, I'd have to look up receipts, dig into them. I can't remember.
No worries. All right, I'll mention that to Mark. That'll give him another level of comfort that there is a replacement for him, and it sounds like it wasn't too much of a chore. I know you're a good technician, but he could probably handle a replacement as well. Over.
Yeah, they're just screwed into the heat sink, so it's just a matter of desoldering them. They're not soldered directly onto a copper plate or anything, so they're fairly easy to replace.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, thanks Thanks for that. I appreciate that information. I didn't know what the deal was on that amp. I'd never gotten inside of it. All right, let's move on. Jim's in here. How about WB6JNN? Jimmy, are you here? Anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? K6MYC? What's going on up there, Jim? We haven't gotten any takers anymore. Has everybody just quit ham radio in the Bay Area? Well, maybe Jim even quit. Fred, are you still there? KD6SOK, K6MYC?
Yeah, Mike, I'm still here. No, it's just me and Jim tonight. That's it. Jim PQL, but we're the only two.
Boy, oh boy. We could use K6KLY. Sometimes he comes in. And Jim, WB6JNN has 222. I thought he would be in here tonight. Too bad, because the conditions are really superb.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I doubled with you, Fred.
Oh, it's okay. I was just talking to Jim, PQL, and he said 52 is in here tonight.
Okay, I'll list 52. Thank you for that, Jim.
Yep, I can hardly hear you, Mike. That's why I passed it to you.
When did you work him? I thought you didn't work him till about 8 o'clock. Well, it is 8 o'clock. We're moving slow, but sure here. Okay. Thank you. Let me go on up and get N6RO here. Here we go. Okay, N6 Radio, Oscar, N6RO, are you copying me? K6MYC, over.
Oh, yeah, loud and clear. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. And I forgot the temperature range. I think it hit 80 for the first time of the season. N6RO.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we got 280 and maybe a little bit more here as well. So it's pretty much inclusive across the state, 80 to 85 and maybe a bit more in a couple of key areas. Very good. Good to hear you. Anything new on your side before we move along?
Not really. I had a lazy day today and I didn't accomplish anything except a couple passes of the space station. I'm going to bed earlier tonight so I can do something useful tomorrow. N6RO.
Okay. Very good. I've been trying to get on 40 meters, but the band's been so noisy with all that weather back east. I didn't listen last night, but maybe I'll listen again tonight. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll wait for tomorrow night. We have a shorter net, of course. All right, I'll let you go, Ken, but the 220 rig sounds fine here. We have good conditions tonight. Anybody else want to say hello to Ken? Ken, how about you, OIB?
Oh, you betcha. Hi, Ken. WA6OIB here. Good, solid signal. 10 over 9.
Oh, great. Well, you're actually louder than Mike, Ken, so you must be pointed at me.
Yeah, I think I just nailed you. I'm right at you. Okay, very good. Well, good talking to you. Yeah, nice to hear you. Let's see. Did we figure out what you had for dinner tonight?
I haven't had it yet. In fact, I may not make the early part of the 6-meter since I was hanging in here. But dinner's going to be pork chops and spinach.
Oh, okay. I had some really nice salmon tonight. Went fixed a really nice salmon steaks and with her special tartar sauce. She makes just wonderful. And then interesting, she seared a bunch of kale out of our garden and real crispy, and put the little kale all around. It was delicious.
Oh yeah, I'm making my mouth water right now. Yeah, I keep forgetting to buy some kale because I like to fry it.
I thought you were talking about snails.
No, kale. Well, I grow it, and I grow a lot of it. We have it every day in our smoothies. She always throws a bunch of kale leaves in our smoothies, so I eat a lot of kale, so I love the stuff. But boy, when she mixes it up real crispy like that, that's really something.
Yeah, and the snails like it too, so snails with kale.
WA6OIB.
Yeah, see you, Karen, and bye.
Okay, snails with kale. And crispy ones at that. Deep fry them, don't you?
Oh, you betcha.
Okay. Enough of that food talk. You're making me drool. me go on up a little bit here to the Sacramento area and see if Bill is up there.
By the way, I just checked on Amazon for BLF 177s, and the average price is around $50. So some of them a little less, some of them a little more. So and they're all over. They're readily available.
50 or 60 or 6?
50 was kind of the medium. Some of them are a little less, some are a little more.
Roger. Okay, sounds good. Sounds like, what's the frequency range on those? That might make a nice little low power amp for 2 meters, wouldn't it?
Well, they're good to 150 megs. 150 watts, 150 megs.
So that would be a nice little El Cheapo or simplified 300 watt, wouldn't it, on 2 meters?
Yeah, it sure would.
Only problem is they're 50 volt devices, so you got to do something in the car, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, broke in there. I got some more specs for the BLF 177.
What about the specs?
Yeah, they're 150 watts at 50 volts DC, and they've got 22 dB gain at 30 megs, but that drops to 14 dB at 175 megs. There's a 2 dB gain points over.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, it sounds like they could be usable up there. Very good. I wonder why somebody hasn't made a 300 watt, or maybe it's not worth the effort. Jim would probably have done the numbers on that, or he would have something like that. All righty. Well, thanks for the information. Let's see. I'm pointed up toward Sacramento. I think KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and the group. I'm hearing Ken, I'm hearing Paul, and some of the other fellows off and on quite well. Hopefully you're copying me. Here at KO6KD, number 776, checking in, and saying good evening.
Yeah, good evening. And you were going to tell me something very secretive on 222, but you told me earlier on 40 meters, so we don't need to cover that, do we?
No, you know what it was. It was just a case of getting Kenny his advanced, or I should say his extra, or we need to move up whenever he comes on. I don't know who it was that came out there and said out of the band. He never identified, and he only said it one time. But he was absolutely right, and probably nothing's ever going to happen, but it's just the idea. So I just thought I'd bring it to your attention without actually making a big deal about it over there on 40. But anyway, you guys handle it the way you're going to handle it, and that's all I can do. Unfortunately, there are several guys who do show up occasionally down there, and you got to let them know, sorry, can't talk to you here, we got to move up. So. But not as many as there used to be, because I think just about anybody who's got an HF license now's probably got an extra.
Well, yeah, they just have to find a place up in Idaho. I don't know what his. He's got a little bit of a ham community, but I'm not sure anybody up there is doing licenses. There must be, and he may have run across it already. He, as I said, he mentioned this to me a month or so ago, and then for some reason I forgot it, and he did too. Anyway, he'll get it sorted out as quick as possible, I'm sure. He's got his general class when he was 10 years old, so I think he can handle this at 35, don't you?
Well, I don't know, because the last time when I took my extra, I should say, I took a cold. It was one of those last second things that I went and did. I believe the direction was on there. There was stuff that had nothing to do with amateur radio. I thought it had more to do with the size of the planetary gear and a person's differential than it had to do with your truck differential or the some of the equipment that's used in the second toilet in your house. I mean, the one actually deals with the ham radio. None of it made any sense at all, and I was really quite surprised at the information flow over.
I I can't believe that. Well, Ken, do you have anything for Ken up there? I mean, for Bill up there?
Hello, Bill. CO6KD, WA60IB. Good, solid S9 plus signal tonight.
Yeah, very, very loud. I don't know why Mike all of a sudden disappeared on me, but yep, hearing you just fine, Ken. I hope you and Wynn are doing well, and I'm not making any sense with what I'm jabbering about, so I'll just be quiet and we'll let you guys get on with it now.
Well, you're making good sense. Yeah, Gwen's doing fine, and we're taking off to Tennessee here on Thursday for about 5 days. Her nephew's getting married back there, so we're all going back to a big wedding back there. So we're going to get out of Dodge for a few days anyway. So looking forward to that. KO6KD, WA60IB.
Yeah, WA60IB from KO6KD. Before you go, what part of Tennessee are you going? Knoxville, Tennessee. No, okay, you're going over to the west side then. Okay, my friends are over that I've got two couples, they're ham radio guys that are over on the eastern side of Tennessee, or closer to the Carolinas, and so anyway, okay, very good. Well, you should have a good time out there. They have been having some rough weather from time to time, so anyway, best of luck, take care, and Godspeed.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Nashville and Knoxville, so that area. I haven't spent much time in, driven through other parts of Tennessee, but we spend most of our time in there, so. Okay, 7-3s, take care. Thank you, Mike, WA60IB.
Yeah, up and down with you, Bill. I see people talking on 6 meters here already, so we better get going with this thing here. I go up to the Nevada. Larry said he would try to remember to be on here, so we'll see what he gets. And I also got a positive note from 272 KE7 UQL. Said he would try to get on as well, so we'll try that. Here we go to Nevada. K6MYC, 7-3, Bill. We'll see you on 6 meters in a little bit.
All right, KO6KD clear.
Okay, Larry. Let's see if we can get Larry in here. N7 Whiskey Tango N7WT or KE7 UQL, either. K6MYC calling and listening. K7 UQL and 7 Whiskey Tango and 7 WT K6MYC, over. And 7 WT and 7 Whiskey Tango K6MYC calling and listening. Is anybody listening on 6? Can confirm maybe Larry's in there. Hearing any comments from anybody here. Okay, well, I don't know. Is there any point? We stayed in the Bay Area a long time. If there was going to be any late checks or missed, they should have been there. So I think we're done. Looks like we got, what, 16, 17, Judy?
There. I don't know about the Reno guys, though. WA60IB, QSY.
I doubled with you at the beginning of that, Ken. I heard what you said. You don't know about the Reno guys, but what was the first part?
I said everybody's over there already, so I'm moving over there. WA60IB, QSY.
Okay, we'll be there in a minute.
All righty, Mike. I got 12 on my list, so I'll send that up to Rob. I think I got everybody. I did have to walk out of the room a couple times. K6USY.
Well, you may not have got the other two from Paul, 160 and 336. We also got number 3 from Southern California and 52.
Yes, yeah, the relay. I got 3, but I missed those other ones, so that puts us up to 15.
Judy only got 14, so we'll have to see what she missed. Or do you have me? You got me on there because I put myself on there. Okay. You got somebody here in this area that I didn't get? I got I got you and Brittany. I've got myself. I've got OIB. I got 432. You got 432 on that list, Judy? Okay, and then we got KW6S, KD 610, 507. I didn't write down 1296. You have that on the list? There it is. I didn't write it down, so it's my fault. We got it. We'll see you all on 6 meters. K6MYC QSY.
Alrighty, here we go. K6USY.
Okay, give your Bozo number too.
Bozo 884. Bozo 884, WB6GGY.
There you go, Judy. You're all set. WA60IB.
Okay, we got that.
W6BBS 72.
There you go, 72, Judy. She's got that. And good evening, Frank.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox 982.
Oh, double there with Daryl. Got you, Daryl, 982. Go again, Frank.
No, I didn't say anything because these guys are checking in. You also got Ben checking in right now, WB6GBS, Ken, WA60IB. Adam, I forget his prefix, VON, is on. So all those guys are waiting to check in, so I was just being quiet. There, guys, I got them to quiet down, and they're busy riding now, so everybody should get a turn. It pays to be loud, I guess.
Okay, and it's 1040, Adam, KE6VON, 1040. I don't hear Adam.
Adam, where'd you go?
I'm here. I was across the shop. How do you copy?
Just confirming, 1040.
Affirmative, 1040.
Okay, very good. I'm pointed. What was that? Rob? We haven't heard Rob yet. Rob, are you there?
1040. Uh-oh, it's tax time.
Yeah, don't remind us.
Yeah, no kidding.
WA6AJ 727.
Got you, Mike, 727, rock and roll. How about Rob, KM6SRR, Rob?
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Newman 1129, going to bed.
AA6 Sierra 800.
Okay, hang on a second. A lot of doubling here. Let's make sure Judy got 1079 and 1100.
And I think Brett was in there.
Brett, 1029. Was that you, 1129, Brett?
Roger, 1129, going to bed.
Oh, going to bed. N5 NPD. I got you. Thank you. And 73. Boy, you're early to bed, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, it's a hot day today.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
You miss all the good TV programs if you go to bed this early.
I don't watch much TV.
Well, news programs is what I'm talking about. Got to keep up with the nudes.
I do it on the computer and the phone.
Okay, somebody else in there. Who was that?
That was just N6BCC. I just said Brett's getting old.
Yes, he is. Boy, has to go to bed with the kiddies. N6BCC, I think that's 1134, isn't it?
Roger, Mike, 1134. I'm surprised I can hear you. You can hear me. All right, I'll wait till you get over my way, and I'll jump in then.
Yeah, well, you're okay. I'm pointed up toward Nevada. I haven't moved the antenna since we started here. Now, I think I got everybody. GBS 694. I got you, Ben. Did I miss? Make a transmission, Ben. He's the only one I hadn't heard, but I'll take your word for it, guys.
Hey, WB6GBS, Ben, are you still here?
AA6S.
Alpha 6 Sugar, a number?
800. I didn't call, and I didn't know if you were hearing me or not.
Hell yeah, we hear you.
It's cranked up. Maybe I need to turn it up higher. 800 AA6S.
No, but there's been a lot of voices in here, and I'm pointed north, so I might have missed you. You were buried under 3 or 4 other little voices here. When I'm pointed this way, I'm looking right into course gold, and they crush me over.
Yeah, Roger. Anyway, I heard Mike in there, and I'm in here, so I'll stand by.
Okay.
KC5. Hello there, Bill.
Hello, Ken.
And there's KC5D2. Boy, are you weak tonight. Where are you pointed?
I'm pointed my usual right at you.
Boy, oh boy, I must have you at a big null. 712 for Judy. Carry in there.
Or he's on the wrong antenna.
You're transmitting on the 1296 antenna, are you?
Negative. I'm on the 6 meter.
Okay. Does he sound weak to you, Aaron?
I don't hear him over here at all.
Do you normally hear him?
Maybe. It's hard to say. I can't remember.
I don't hear him, and I usually hear him loud.
Yeah, something is not right, Kerry. You might want to look at things there. We're copying you here, but you're marginal. It'd be much better if I was turned around, but I wouldn't be able to tell that you should be a lot stronger. Normally you crush me even on the back side, because your signal goes up north and then comes back at me, over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, it looks like I'm not putting out any power, but my SWR looks good.
Well, you got to get power out before you can measure VSWR.
Roger that.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Hey, Kerry, this is Frank, W6BBS. Yeah, I am pointed directly at you with 7 elements right now, and you're in there, but you're barely getting to the S1 mark, so you need to turn the power up there and twist that knob to the right a little bit or something there, buddy.
Well, he's trying to find it right now. He said he's not seeing anything on the watt meter either, so. Anyway, we've got you, Kerry, but don't run away. Come back in, and we'll look for any comments you might have on the current events here. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Roger.
All right, let's see. I'm still pointed toward Nevada. Let's see if Larry's in there. N7 Whiskey Tango, Larry. KE7 UQL or anybody else in Nevada? How about N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ? Are you there, John? I'm not sure his name is John. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu or N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC calling Nevada and listening. Oh, nobody's checking in from Nevada, so I guess I'll have to go all the way down to Sacramento and Meadow Vista.
You got GGY, Phil, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the first in. GGY, Phil, make a transmission.
You haven't gone to bed yet, have you, Phil? I guess he has.
759 KR6MR.
Yeah, we hear you, KR6MR 759. Good signal. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. I was able to make it up the stairs again. And finally, after 2 months, I get to see the orthopedic specialist tomorrow to find out what's wrong with me. Go back to you.
Yeah, that'd be good. Boy, oh boy, you could be dying, and they would give you a 2 or 3 week rush appointment, wouldn't they?
Contact.
Well, if I went in the emergency room and tried, I couldn't move, and I laid there and wimped out, they would probably put me in for surgery and do something I didn't need.
Like removing your left leg or something. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, Yeah, KR6MR, W6BBS. Good evening, John. You caught me by surprise. Was that earlier today or yesterday? I can't remember now. On 6 meters there, I was concentrating on the DX, and I just ignore stateside stations, especially California, whatnot, when we have those small little openings and they're kind of weak. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, I recognize that call sign. I think I'll work him. He's a bozo, over.
Yeah, okay, Frank, yeah, it was nice to see you on that function on 6. That was cool. Thank you very much, KR6MR.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, it was good. You're the second or third guy I've run into. I've worked Tom, KW6S, on here as well on FT8. So, all right, Mikey, I just wanted to say hi to John. We ran into each other on 6 meter FT8 when we were trying to work the South Pacific there. K6MYC, W6BBS.
Yeah, was it open again today, Frank?
Yes, it was, and it was open for about 3 hours. Not very good. I mean, it was kind of weak and a lot of noise in it, whatnot. But it was there, and I worked once again a couple of VKs, a couple of ZLs, and worked in a station down in Chile again. And I misspoke yesterday. The Venezuela I worked was 10 meters, not 6 meters. But I worked South America and VKZL both yesterday and today on 6.
Okay, well, there is a big station there. It used to be a big station on 6 meters. It used to be the ambassador from Venezuela to the U.S. I had a good, his name was, it just flashed by me. I'll get it in a second. Anyway, he and I spent 10 or 12 days together on Aves Island on the expedition I did many years ago. And but anyway, I think he bought me, I think I sold him the 6 meter amplifier that I had on the island with me. I had taken a kind of a old leftover one that I had that was not the big gun, but a pretty decent one that was physically smaller. I think I sold that to him when I was down there, and he took it home. So he should have power. And I think I've even worked him on 6, or at least I know that I've talked to him, and he's active on 6, or was a few years ago. For God's sake, I got the name. The last name starts with Ray R for radio, but I can't bring it up. Ronaldo, I guess. Anyway, good guy. He might, and I can't bring up his call right now. It's I used to remember it. I've worked him several times on 20 and 40. Anyway, there are people down there, but they're probably got their heads buried right now.
Yeah, roger that. There's been a lot of activity. I've worked Venezuela on several other bands in recent history, including 160 meters. But and it is a country I need on 6 meters. I just haven't caught anybody there yet. But I will sooner or later now that I've got antennas up and I'm getting active again. Over.
Yeah. Well, when that northern, southern, and central and South America comes in, they'll be there. They're workable if they're on. If they're not there, you can't work them, of course.
Gotta go, guys.
Okay, 7-3, Ken, and thanks for being there. Talk to you tomorrow, perhaps, on 1296. WA6OIB, K6MYC. Thanks for the MOSFET information.
Okay, good night, guys. Have a good time. WA6OIB.
Nighty night, Ken.
I still am looking for Nevada, but obviously if they haven't checked in by now, Larry's forgotten. He said he might not remember 220, but he obviously didn't remember 6 meters either. He was all excited last night when he checked it on 2 meters about who he'd worked on 6, so I thought he would be in here tonight for sure, but no luck. All right, now I've already got you, John, KR6MR, good signal. And let me see if I can hear Bill on this heading. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC in the Bozo. KO6KD, number 776, over.
Yeah, got your 776, and a whole bunch new since we just talked to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, boy, there's all the things that have taken place, but it's interesting the way the bands have been. I'm hearing you better here than I did on 220, but later on it'll probably flip-flop. Darren's trying to figure out whether or not he needs to come over here and talk to you or not. So if he doesn't chime in, I don't know. I've been trying to give word to him that the 6-meter net's here, and he's not figuring it out. So anyway, if he doesn't make it, he's in the process of trying to figure it out. So you might want to put him down anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm pointing more toward Darren there. Maybe he can hear me.
Yeah, you came up for me.
Yeah. 56. There he is, 756. We hear you this one. No, just that single. Okay. Whoop.
Oh, for fuck's sake, sugar off.
Who's that?
7, 8, 9. Oh, for fuck's sake, get off.
Kind of weak in the audio. Let's get you to give us your call and a little longer transmission. Your audio is good, but it's weak. We're only getting a little funny dropout on syllables. Go ahead.
789.
Yeah, 789, right. Well, Alpha Foxtrot, what was your call sign again?
Alpha Fox 6 Sierra Alpha. North from El Dorado Field.
Oh, Alpha Fox 6 Sierra Alpha.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the audio. It's breaking up, isn't it? Can you check your mic cord, make sure it's tight there?
Relay KR6MR.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Stefan's trying to check in. Alpha Foxtrot 6 Sugar Alpha. Bill sounds fine here. It could be antenna positions kind of screws things up. Stefan's in El Dorado Hills. His Bozo is 789. Over.
Yeah, well, you're doing the same thing, so I guess it's band conditions. There's this funny QSB. About every third word drops out. It's weird.
They're good here, Mike.
Yeah, well, it's not here. That's why I'm saying it. Listen to the stream, you'd hear it. It's just, it's really difficult. He's got good signal, but there's missing pieces. I'm not dreaming it. Anyway, AF6S, what was it called? AF6 Sugar Alpha, I believe. Go ahead, make another transmission, make a longer one. Give us your handle, if you would, refresh our memory, because you haven't checked in for a long, long time. We got your Bozo of 789. AF6 question mark, K6MYC. Mike here, over.
K6NYC Alpha, Sugar Alpha. Hi guys, I kind of long time didn't check in. Resurrected by 2-meter and 440 setup. And I'm 3-element in a residential area and about 500 watts. My radio is flex 600. And you all sound pretty much with distortion, except for the mark. Right.
Aaron, can you, are you there, Aaron?
KM6SR.
Yeah, are you listening to the stream, Rob?
No, not the stream, but I'm barely hearing Stefan there. AF6SA.
Oh, for one, he's got all highs. He's got no low in it at all. It's all real high pitched, and it doesn't sound like he's staying into the microphone. It sounds like he's talking and then getting back away from the microphone a ways, and it's kind of fading off, and then he gets back in. It could be conditions, but that's what it sounds like to me. Over.
Well, that's the problem I'm having. He's turning his head back and forth. Jump on the mic pretty hard there, Stefan, and give us a little bit more audio if you can. That's what it is. You're just lacking audio, and you're not holding the output up, and consequently my AGC drops away, and the background noise comes up quickly. So give us a little bit more chatter, Aaron, and tell us, Stefan, and tell us what you're running for power in the antenna. I think you tried that the first time, but I could not copy. I'm running 1,500 watts at you, a 9-element at 100 feet. AF6 Sierra Alpha, I believe, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, over.
Kilo 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie Alpha, Fox 6 Union Alpha. Everything looks good on my flex. I'm running flex radio, compression to the max, and my antenna is 3 elements, just a 3-element beam, and about 500 watts. So guys, I will not keep you any longer. 33 to all, and we'll try to check another time. KO6MYC Alpha, Fox 6, Sugar Alpha, back to you.
Okay, fine. Better copy on that one, Stefan. Still a little funny, but the rest of it may be band conditions, but that did help to bring the audio up and run hard compression there. You're not going to be splattering, that's for sure. You're not loud enough to splatter. Not for me, anyway. And I did look at your spectrum, and I'm looking at his spectrum here, Frank, and it's all low. Everything is below 1,000 cycles. There's almost no highs, except one little peaky thing about 1,800, but there's nothing in between. And so it seems to be needs a little work on the audio there on the flex. You've got all sorts of flexibility on that flex, needless to say, with the name and all. So you should be able to listen to that audio and then bring up that mid-range a little bit more, Stefan. We're just trying to help you. We're not trying to be critical. We're just trying to make it so it's easier for people to hear you and understand you. Anyway, thanks very much for checking in, and we hope to hear you again in the near future. 6 is opening on a regular basis, at least small openings, very light, but it is opening, so now's a good time to get on and get active. I don't know if you're operating FT8. Most of the activity is on FT8, unfortunately. Not too many people are making any contacts on sideband anymore. It's kind of ruined the band, but at least you can get on and see if it's open. 73 says Stefan, and thanks so much for coming in here. AF6 Sierra Alpha, K6MYC will be clear. Good evening.
Okay, Spencer, Finity, I got spotted in New Zealand around 6 p.m. on FT8. So I will try it some other time. 73 to all, and I will keep getting back. Alpha Fox 6, sure Alpha will be clear.
Okay, 73, yes, Stefan. Okay, is there anybody else in the Sacramento direction before I turn down toward Oakley?
November 6th, Bravo, Charlie, Charlie.
Okay, hi, Merrill again, N6BCC. We got you. I think we already got you in here, 1134. You've already got 1134, right, Judy?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Merle.
Yeah, you have to kind of excuse my voice. I'm getting a sore throat. But, I thought I'd jump in, wait till you got more towards me to jump in there to talk and stuff. But does it seem like I'm doing a little better tonight towards you, signal-wise and stuff?
Well, while he's working on that, this is Frank, W6BBS in Course Gold. You're a solid S9. You're just booming in here, over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I kind of found what my problems were. I was kind of getting saturation from my antennas and stuff, and so I changed things around a little bit, and it seems to be working a whole lot better. In fact, I'm looking at the feed. It's turned all the way down, and I'm actually moving his signal meter up to 3 and 4 there every now and then, so it looks like it's gotten a little bit better. And we're actually not even pointing directly at each other yet.
Well, how are you copying Frank there? Are you hearing him on S meter?
He's about 9 to 5 over.
Okay, and what's my signal strength?
You're 9. Once in a while you'll bounce up a little bit over, but you're not quite towards me either. So, I mean, but you're still stronger and louder now than what you have been before. Like I said, since I thinned out the antenna herd and moved things around a little bit, it's made a world of difference.
Yeah, good. Well, you're loud here. No problem. I haven't peaked on you. You're right. I just hearing you, and that's it. I was still a little bit too much towards Sacramento. Anyway, good evening up there in Modesto, and a good signal, Merle. Go rest that throat. You sound a little bit hoarse, so maybe you can drink some lemon juice and a little shot of whiskey and maybe smooth that baby out, over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I think I caught it from when I was up there at Loomis Saturday. I ended up going to Loomis, and I took and bought me a Kenwood 780 sideband unit for 2 meter and 440. So hopefully I'll be getting that on the air by Wednesday. So keep an eye and ear out for me and see if you hear me and stuff. And so we're going to go ahead and jump on out of here and say 7-3. Holy cow, I'm jumping up there good now. 9-7 to 7S units. Wow. Amazing. You take and tell Judy I said hello, and I'm going to jump out of here and give my voice a rest and put some stuff down there to soothe my throat. So, Mike, you have a great one. K6MYC, N6BCC. I'll be clear on yours.
Yeah, you're 5 and 8 here. I did move the antenna that time more toward you. I don't know whether I'm doing it or Aaron's doing it, but it was in mode 1, which means he was fussing with it. And I tried to make it go, and it was going, but it wasn't moving. It just, when you're in mode 1, it's a preset. When you push the buttons to go, it just puts you where you want to go, but it doesn't go till you take your finger off the button. And I wasn't getting anywhere. Okay, 7-3, Merle, thanks much. We should be close to N6RO, maybe at dinner, but maybe not. K6MYC. Go ahead, Ken.
Real quick there, Mike, you're 20 plus now.
Yeah.
Trying to check in, KR6MR.
Yeah, go ahead again, John, KR6MR again, over.
Yeah, Darren's been trying to call in. Maybe you need to check your receiver, over.
No, I heard him. And I said, I got you, Darren, but maybe I didn't say it. I meant to say it, but there was a lot of other people in here. We heard Darren check in, not real strong, but we got you, Darren. Sorry for the short fuse there. 756, if you don't have that down, Judy. I thought Judy heard him when he said it. Thank you, John.
Okay.
All right, now let's see. N6RO, are you there, Ken?
WB6JNC.
Okay, give Judy your number, Dane.
Good evening, Judy. 107.
She's got your 107. Good to hear you. We missed you the last couple of nights here, but good to hear you tonight. Very nice signal here, over.
Yeah, the family decided I should celebrate old age last night, so we were down in Clovis, went to a play and all that, and then spent time with kids. By the time we got home, it was close to 11 o'clock, so there was no one around.
Very good. So you're 39 again, are you?
No, I'm different than my cousin. I have a cousin who somebody made a cake for me and said I was 36, and she goes, "Oh, we're the same age." Well, I keep telling her, I go, that's good. I'm 77 this year, so that means I'm still older.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I haven't heard Ken in here yet, and I'm pointed that way, but maybe we'll get John. Let's see if W6, what is it? Whiskey Zulu Zulu, W6WZZ. Are you in here, John? Over.
Roger that. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Well, give me a little more chatter, and I'll peek on you, John. Go ahead.
Well, Roger, I'm trying something new tonight, and hopefully it's working out a little bit better. What do you think?
Well, I can't tell from night to night, and you haven't stayed long enough for me to get a peek on you. Over.
Okay, I'll stay on a little bit longer. Anyway, I went out and I did a thing. I went out and bought a brand new radio. I bought the Yaesu SPDX 101MT.
Yeah, very good. 200-watt radio sounds good. I have the Delta here. Same radio, but I have the D version. And it's a nice radio, but I've had mine for 5 or 6 years. Over.
copying me, John?
There, I got you now. How about it now? I hear you now.
Oh, what happened?
Antenna issue again. Stupid in, stupid out.
Oh, okay. What, you have it disconnected or pointed the wrong way?
Pointed the wrong way again. I think I've done something wrong.
Okay. Let's see. The opposite of 300, if I subtract 180 from 300, you should be at, what, 120? Or something? No, that isn't right. Yeah, 120 maybe.
Yep, roger that. Now I'm a bit better, huh?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, this radio is actually really kind of fun. I'm still getting, the hang of it, and I just got it today, and I'm having fun with it. So hopefully the extra wattage will help me out.
Well, yeah, it's a very technically good radio. And, 200 watts would probably help you. Although you were getting through before, and I don't see a whole bunch of difference here. We'd have to be an A/B check on a given night to know for sure. But we should see a half an S unit improvement when you go from 100 to 200 watts. Aye. Anyway, you're sounding good. Good to have you in here. And again, congratulations on the new call sign there. Good thing that I'm remembering it. Anybody else want to say hello to John up there? And where are you again? Not Vallejo, but where is it?
I'm in Brentwood, just on the other side of Oakley.
Yeah, Brentwood. Okay, yeah, right next to Oakley. We haven't heard Oakley in here yet tonight. Oh, he was on 220, but I guess he's having dinner right now. N6RO, Ken, are you there? Okay, maybe he'll check in when I get down into the Bay Area.
You got somebody trying to check in. Hold on, who's checking in?
I just wanted to make a quick comment. I just wanted to let John, W6WZZ, know that he's making it over here to Modesto now.
Oh, okay, that's a good thing. Well, it's about time. Good Lord. Hey, Mike, my Bozo number is 1145.
Okay, Judy's got it. Thanks for passing that along. I forgot to check it. But very good. Well, go ahead and say a couple of words back and forth to Merle there. And I could copy you even if you move the antenna. We probably have to go a little bit more to the east, maybe 110 or 100 degrees or so for him. Over.
Roger that. So, Merle, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I had to spin the beam towards you, but now I can hear you where before I couldn't.
Yeah, I had to go and get this radio. It was just killing me. Ended up selling my little Jeep and got the money I wanted out of it. So the wife said it was my money and I could do what I wanted with it. So I bought a new radio.
Yeah, and they ain't cheap, are they?
It wasn't too bad.
All righty then. I'm going to let you go ahead and go because my throat is killing me. And I'm going to go in there and gargle and stuff and take some medicine for it. So we'll catch you later. W6WZZ and 6VZZ. I'm clear.
Roger that, Merle. Get better. Talk to you later. 73s. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, thank you, John. W6 Whiskey Zulu Zulu, K6MYC, clear with you and sliding on more into the Bay Area. Bay Area. Anybody up there? K6MYC, over. And now we're getting nobody on 6 meters in the Bay Area. That's not good. Right into the Bay Area. We should have somebody over there. W6PQL, WB6JNN, WA6AXX, KB6BA, K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody that I've forgotten? WB6WNI, K6MYC, calling and listening.
sure we need to have a 6-meter net anymore.
Oh, we got to keep the 6-meter net.
Not for the Bay Area guys. Obviously, they don't need it.
Well, they shouldn't have a problem hearing you, because on the side of your beam, you're still 10 over.
Who is this?
N6 BCC.
Oh, okay. You're stronger now than you were. Well, maybe not. You've got things working good. No, I'm not on the side of the beam. I only move it a few degrees off of you. Modesto and the Bay Area isn't that far apart.
That's true. Yeah, I had to swing all the way around, though, to take and hear John, but I can hear him now where I couldn't before. Once, well, I could hear him, but he was always in the noise. This time he was up out of the noise enough where I could hear him.
Yeah, well, that's good. I don't know why you have so much trouble hearing him. He shouldn't be that hard unless he's got some kind of a blockage there from Brentwood in the way, but I wouldn't think so. But at least he's working better. I think he made some improvements, and he added a little power with the FTDX 101 MP. That puts out 200 watts here on 6, so that should be a little help for you. But mostly your antenna improvements and his. So all those things together, you should have easy company. I think you guys just aren't pointing at each other. I don't think he moved the antenna when I told him to swing toward 100 degrees for you. I don't know what his heading is from you, but he's not very far north from you in terms of latitude, is he?
Not really that far, but for some reason, like Livermore, it's a dead hole for me. And Brentwood, not too bad. I mean, it's like I hear, what is it, K6RO? I mean, he just blows my meter out of my radio, but he should with the setup he has. But yeah, John, while before, he's still kind of on the weak side there with antenna. And I definitely needs to upgrade his antenna. That will really come to life for him then. But yeah, he's making great improvements now. But yeah, a lot of the Bay Area is just dead for me.
Yeah, he said a little 3-element, so it's probably not much of an antenna. I don't know what brand it is. But some of those aren't much of an antenna. I don't know how high he has it either. If it's very low, it would restrict performance toward you. Anyway, thanks again for the check, and let me look one more time in the Bay Area before we go south. Bay Area, please. We need a check-in from the Bay Area to prove that you still exist. K6MYC, Bozo Net.
AF6 United.
Well, okay. AF6 United. And then we'll take you as close enough to the Bay Area. We could call it the Bay Area. Go ahead, Lee. Good to hear you.
Roger, the countdown. Bozo 1098. Well, not exactly not exactly that Bay Area, but a bay a little bit further south. So hopefully that'll count. And yeah, everybody is dark up there for some reason. Maybe this net goes a little bit late for everybody else, and everybody's gone to bed. What do you think?
I don't know. It's unusual not to have anybody in there, but we've got a few guys that were missing the last few days, the last few nets, so maybe they're off doing other things, and then if they don't show up, and then a couple of the regulars don't show up. Jim was in here, W6PQL was in here on 222, and he should be in. He's got 6-meter capability, so I'm surprised he isn't in here. But anyway, good to hear you, Lee, 1098, and we'll probably hear, I should get it right over to old sleepy Tom over there, because he goes to bed at 9. Let's do that. KW6S, how about it, Tom? K6MYC.
KM6SR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I'm hearing Lee really good tonight. AF6U. This is KM6SRR. Wanted to give you a shout out. Say hello.
KM6SRR, yes sir. You're coming in here about S5 tonight, which is really strong. Glad to hear you coming in here, and I'm not sure if you have done some antenna changes there or something. I heard you were working on the station there a little bit, so whatever it is, you're coming in a lot louder and stronger than I've heard you in the past.
Yeah, Lee, I think it's a propagation tonight. I haven't done anything on my 6-meter setup here, so same old stuff. But anyway, good to hear you. Sounds like you're in my driveway. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, strange we're not getting any Bay Area stations here. What is it, Monday night? Is there a football game on or something? No? How about basketball? No?
Don't want to talk to a bunch of redneck conservatives.
That's what it is, yeah. I didn't want to say that.
W6BBS is the bad mouth that said that.
Frank, I can hear you really good. W6BBS, AF6 United.
AF6U, W6BBS caught me laughing here, Lee. Oh, yeah, you're booming in here. You're about F7 and just armchair copy, Lee. No problem at all, over.
He's near Watsonville there.
Yeah, Frank, you're coming in loud and clear here, too. Normally you're down about S1, maybe S2, but you're S5, S6 right now. So, yeah, I guess propagation is really good tonight.
Well, I have done a little bit of improvement here. Now, I'm only running about, that says I'm about 670 right now. Didn't need any more, so I haven't used it. But I have 4 6M7 7-element 6-meter antennas, my EME array, and they've been just sitting there, and I was using a smaller antenna before without an amplifier, and I now have the 6M7 up at 55, 56 feet, and like I said, I'm running about 670 right now, but I can run a full 1500 no problem all day long, and so I have improved the station a bit as far as 6 meters goes, over.
Wow, that's quite impressive. I'm just running 100 watts here on the FT847, and just have the Mox on, and it's probably 10 feet, maybe a little less than that above the ground. So you're doing really well, and I am amazed that I'm getting to you so easily. So. AF6 United, back to net.
Yeah, you know, I sitting here watching it. You're just bouncing right along S5 to S7 right there, no problem at all. And yeah, you know, none of this gear is new. This is all stuff I've had. I'm just finally getting it together on this property and getting a station kind of built here. Yeah, running a big amplifier and a big antenna like that is for the listening comfort of my audience, and that's all there is to it. W6BBS, back to net.
Okay, very good, Frank. And Rob, you had him also, so good signal. I don't know what's happened to Tom. Maybe Tom's made it in the shack now. KW6 Sugar, how about it? Well, we got to go pry Tom off of the bench. He's got the soldering iron in his hand or something.
Tom had company all last week, so especially granddaughters. So maybe they kind of wore him out.
Well, he was in here on 220. I didn't get an absolute confirmation that he would be here, but usually if he's on 220, it means he's in the shack and he's thinking about Bozo. But some nights he doesn't get up, he doesn't stay that late. He goes back in and watches something or does something else at wind the evening down. No worries, we'll say 73U. Lee, we got one more station to try to pick up if he can make his old rotten antenna work. What do you think, Rob? Do we have anything from Rich down there in Lake Isabella? Has he got the 6-meter antenna working yet?
I'm not sure, but I think it's probably the same as it was.
Okay. Well, we ought to point that way anyway, just to say we did, and see if there's anybody. We haven't heard anything. 2 words from Bill, Alpha 6 Sugar, and didn't get... any kibitzing from him tonight. He said, I hear my partner Mike in there, and Mike didn't say much either. I didn't give him much opportunity to kibitz, however. Maybe they were waiting for Tom to come in here.
Well, several of us have been chatting, Bill and I and a few others had been chatting for a few minutes, you know, maybe 10 minutes before you got in, Mike.
Yeah, okay. So they don't feel totally ignored, huh?
Only by net control, hi.
I was doing the other net, that's why. When I got here, I had just gotten here, and checked in the last person on 222. Anyway, okay. Well, I think I'll swing down that way anyway, Rob, and see what if anything, we get from Lake Isabella. He could dangle a wire out the window and I would hear him. Passing through a Atascadero here, K6MYC. Anybody on the coast for Bozo Net? Nope. Now down to 180, 170, 160, 150 something. What does that say? 148. Yep, overshot slightly.
Peter Bozo Net, KB6RQU, KM6SRR with K6MYC. Standing by.
Well, we're not getting any of the others out of Visalia either. That's they've gone as quiet in Visalia as they have in the Bay Area. I guess we don't run an exciting enough net here. I guess we have to scream and shout like what's her name, Crockett. What's her name, Crockett? What's her first name, Judy? Dingleberry. Congress lady. Wants to have Elon Musk put down. Well, we can't even get any rise out of that. I wonder what happened to Kerry. Kerry, did you ever fix that thing down there? We're pointed right at Kerry now. KC5DTU, where are you, Kerry? Maybe he realized he lost something there. I could hear him. He was Q5, but maybe a watt or two out, something like that. KC5DTU, where are you, Kerry? If he's got the radio turned off and he's in the house, he isn't going to hear me, is he, Rob?
Probably not, unless he's really good.
Got that really good ears, huh? Okay, I think we're done. I'll get Judy to count all 13 of them here.
I haven't been doing too good tonight. First thing I did get in here when I was at the end of the 222 to the 6 meters, spilled a cup of water, and when I grabbed the damn styrofoam cup, my thumb poked a hole in it, and even more water came out. Got some on my computer and all over the floor, ice cubes everywhere, over.
Oh, wonderful. That was nice. Well, we got 22.
Okay, I'm missing a few. I've got 19 for the 6 meter.
Okay, I can run down the list quickly. What section do you think you messed up?
I don't know. Start from the beginning. I'm so messed up here with the water.
Okay, 1179 and 1079, 1100, 47, 226. We had, I think Aaron was in here. Not Aaron, but Adam was in here. 1040. I'm trying to think who else was in from the San Joaquin here. Well, Kerry was in 712, of course. And of course, Frank is in here, 72, you know that. And then over in the Bay Area, we got, well, we went up to Nevada. We got nobody out of Nevada. The first station we heard up that way was KR6MR 759. Also got 756, 776, Bill. And a new guy that hadn't been in there, 789, I think it was called, was AF6 Sugar Alpha. I think it was 789, something like that. And then we got down into Merle. We got 1134, 1129 was in early. That's red over there. And we got 1145 W6WZZ. We did not hear M6RO. Who have I yelled at that you didn't get?
Well, Ben was in there, 694. I had Ken down, so that takes one away from mine. Bill and Mike, 800, 727, and 884.
Yeah, 727 was in, 800.
Yeah, what about Daryl and Dane in Course Gold?
Yeah, Dane was in 107 and 782, 982.
Okay, I've got 21 now. How many did you have?
I think we had 22, right, Judy? Yeah, you're missing one. We got 1098, the countdown Bozo over there. You heard him, of course.
Yeah, I gave him a shout out.
Yes. We got number 73, 72 is Alter Ego.
73?
No, I'm kidding you.
In all this, I don't know the numbers, but did you guys get Dane and Daryl up here in Course Gold?
Yeah, 107 and 982.
Okay. I'm going to say goodnight and go in. I got a little bit of a headache and a little bit of a backache. Anyways, good night all. Good night, Judy. W6BBS.
Yeah, good night, Frank. And we'll get a chance tomorrow night to see how the little computer in the other shack's working for the directionality. You guys will be able to see where we're pointing on 1296 now, and also on 2 meters in the future. Frank's got everything working there, we think. So that'll be interesting. Good night, all. Good night, Aaron. Good night, Rob. Good night, Frank, and whoever else may be listening here. We're pointed south, but we're not getting anybody out of Visalia or any place. K6MYC Bozo Net. Last call. Okay, it's over, guys. Good night.
Good night, Frank, W6BBS, and good night, Mike and Judy, K6MYC, KM6SR. Did you end up with, what, 22, you say?
Yeah, 22, but I have to get Judy to read the numbers. Sometimes she gets a number in there that is a fallacious number, not anybody's fault, but sometimes it's hard to copy everybody through the speaker.
Yeah, I've only got 20, so I'm missing some.
Well, I can let Judy just read the call signs or the numbers to you.
Okay, yeah, if we're off the stream, that'd be good.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the stream. Here, let Judy read 5 at a time. Here you go.
Okay, I got 47, 432, 884, 72, check.
You might not have had 884.
No, I got him. Go ahead.
982, 694, 226, 1040, 727, 1079.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's 1079?
Aaron.
Oh, okay. And 1100. Usually those two are together. Okay, go ahead.
1100, 800, 1129, 1134, 712, check.
Okay, go ahead.
776, 775, 789.
Okay, there's the one. There's one. We don't have 775. That was Mike up there. He isn't in here.
Okay, and the other one, I didn't have 1130. Oh, yes, I did.
We'll keep going, but I just noticed that we didn't have that. I called him, and that's maybe why she put it down.
Okay, continue after 789.
756, 107.
Oh, wait a minute. You got 756 in there twice?
I only see once, Mike.
$11.45 and 10.98. Over.
Okay. Let me count.
I didn't have the mic closed for some of those.
Yeah, I'm only counting 21. So, what was after 789?
Yeah, 789 is that new guy, and 21 because Judy had a 775 in there, so we also have 21. Isn't that correct, Judy?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're the same. AF6 Sugar Alpha is Stefan. You worked him, I think, or heard him. That's the 789. I don't think I've ever, maybe a year ago he checked in or something. He's got a very strong accent, difficult to copy. He's the one that was having mic gain problems. Over.
Yeah, I remember giving you his number and his name.
Okay. So we got the right numbers. You got them all.
Okay, thank you. I'll let you guys go. KM6SR will be clear.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Adam. Aaron? Aaron must be putting the kids to bed, or 7-3.